When you look at artificial intelligence and you look at the expansion of it and the ultimate place that it will eventually be, what do you see happening inside of our lifetime, like inside of 20 years? Like what kind of revolutionary changes on society would this have?
Well, one thing I feel will happen in 5 years, by 2029, is we'll reach longevity escape velocity.
Let's delve into something rather profound and, at the same time, fundamentally human, the contemplation of our own mortality. When, if ever, have you really considered the reality of your own death? It's a question that lurks in the shadows of our consciousness, often evading direct scrutiny. Now, entertain this thought. If presented with the opportunity, would you choose to live indefinitely? This isn't merely a hypothetical query, but a doorway into one of the most captivating discussions on longevity. In our society, there's a pervasive search for health and longevity, a quest that almost seems to border on the Sisyphean at times. The desire to extend one's life, to push back against the inevitable decline that time imposes upon us, is a testament to the human spirit's resilience. This video, stemming from an insightful podcast interview, ventures deep into the intricacies of longevity. It's designed for those of you who have harbored thoughts about extending your lifespan, about what it means to live well for as long as possible. As you prepare to engage with the content of this video, I encourage you to adopt a posture of optimism towards the future. The conversation ahead does not merely explore the potential for longer life, but entwines with the broader, more enriching question of how we can live lives of meaning within the time that is granted to us. This is an invitation to look towards tomorrow with hope, to envisage a future where the length of our lives is matched by the depth of our experiences.
So right now you go through a year, and you use up a year of your longevity. You're then a year older. However, we do have scientific progress, and we're coming up with new cures for diseases and so on. Right now you're getting back about 4 months. So you lose a year, but through scientific progress, you're getting back 4 months. So you're only losing 8 months. However, the scientific progress is progressing exponentially, and by 2029, you'll get back a full year. So you lose a year, but you get back a year, and you pretty much stay in the same place.
So by 2029, you'll be static.
And past 2029, you'll actually get back more than a year. You'll get back...
Can I be a baby again?
No, but you'll in terms of your longevity, you'll get back more than a year.
Right. So you'll be able to essentially go back in biological age, lengthening of the telomeres, changing the elasticity of the skin.
Eventually,
muscle density.
You'll be able to do that. It doesn't guarantee you living forever. I mean, you could have a 10-year-old and you could compute, okay, he's got many decades of longevity, and he could die tomorrow. So
sure.
But
overall, there'd be an expansion of the
exactly.
age that most people die.
And that's something that we're going to get. And it's also using the same type of logic as large language models, but that's not language. You're actually creating medications. So we should call that large event models, not large language models, because it's not just dealing with language. It's dealing with all kinds of things.
When I talked to you 10 years ago, you were telling me about this pretty extensive supplement routine that you're on. Are you still doing that?
I'm trying to get to the point where we have longevity escape velocity in good shape.
Right.
And yes, I do follow that. I take maybe 80 pills a day and
wow.
some injections and so on.
Peptides?
Yes, peptides.
Mm-hmm.
So far it works.
Have you ever gone off of it to see what you feel like normally?
No.
Well, I do that, right?
Yeah. I mean, it seems to work, and there's evidence behind it.
How old are you now?
76.
You look good. You look good for 76, man. That's great.
No.
So it's doing something.
Yeah, I think it's working.
And so your goal is to get to that point where they start doing you live a year, you stay static, and then eventually get back to youthfulness.
Right, and it's not that far off. If you're diligent, I think we'll get there by 2029. Now, not everybody's diligent, so...
Right, of course.
In considering the monumental achievements of Ray, we find ourselves confronted with a veritable titan of innovation and technology. Ray stands as the principal architect behind an array of devices that have not merely advanced the frontier of human knowledge, but have fundamentally transformed the manner in which we interact with the world around us. Let's begin with the inception of the first CCD flatbed scanner. This is not merely a tool for digital archiving, it represents a profound leap forward in our capacity to preserve our collective heritage, our documents, our photographs essentially, our cultural DNA. This invention is a linchpin in the quest for the democratization of knowledge, making information accessible and eternal. Moving forward, Ray's development of the first omni-font optical character recognition system must not be overlooked. Here we are witnessing the bridging of the human and the digital, a seamless interface that deciphers textual information irrespective of its stylistic presentation. This is a testament to our inherent drive for understanding, a tool that dissolves the barriers erected by mere form, reaching into the essence of the text itself. The narrative of Ray's contributions continues with the invention of the first print-to-speech reading machine for the blind. This is a device that echoes the core Jungian principle of transcending limitations, the alchemical transformation of text into voice, granting the visually impaired access to the vast seas of written human thought. This invention is not just technology, it's a portal to uncharted worlds for those who have been in darkness. Furthermore, the creation of the first text-to-speech synthesizer is a marvel of modern science that further blurs the lines between the organic and the artificial. In giving machines the power to speak, Ray has essentially equipped them with the first semblance of a voice, fostering a new dimension of interaction between man and machine. Lastly, the development of the first music synthesizer capable of recreating the grand piano and other orchestral instruments is nothing short of miraculous. This invention encapsulates the essence of music itself, transcending the physical limitations of traditional instruments and allowing the pure, unadulterated expression of the human spirit through sound. In essence, the oeuvre of Ray's work is a testament to the indomitable spirit of human creativity and ingenuity. It is a vivid reminder that we are beings of potential, constantly striving to transcend our limitations and to expand the boundaries of what is possible.
So high on this technology and the possibilities for enhancing our lives. But the concern that a lot of people have is that at what cost and what are we signing up for?
Right. But, I mean, if we want to, for example, live indefinitely, this is what we need to do. We can't do...
What if you're denying yourself heaven? You ever thought of that possibility? I know that's a ridiculous abstract concept, but if heaven is real, if the idea of the afterlife is real, and it's the next level of existence, and you're constantly going through these cycles of life. What if you're stepping in and artificially denying that?
It's hard to imagine.
It is hard to imagine, but so is life. So is the universe itself. So is the Big Bang. So is black holes.
You talk to people and they say, well, I don't really want to live past 90 or whatever, 100. But in my mind, if you don't exist, there's nothing for you to experience.
That's true. In this dimension. My thought on that, people saying that I don't want to live past 90, it's like, okay, are you alive now? Do you like being alive now? What's the difference between now and 90? Is it just a number, or is it the deterioration of your physical body? And how much effort have you put into mitigating the deterioration of your natural body so that you can enjoy life now?
If you could actually live longer, quite aside from the motivations of people, most people die not because of people's motivations, but because our bodies just won't last that long.
Right.
And a lot of people say, you know, I don't want to live longer, which makes no sense to me. Why would you want to disappear and not be able to have any kind of experiences?
Well, I think some people don't think you're disappearing. I mean, there is a long-held thought in many cultures that this life is but one step and that there is an afterlife. And maybe that exists to comfort us because we deal with existential angst and the reality of our own inevitable demise. Or maybe it's a function of consciousness being something that's we don't truly understand. And what you are is a soul contained in a body, and that we have a very primitive understanding of the existence of life itself and of the existence of everything.
Yeah, well, I guess that makes sense, but I don't really accept it. I mean,
there's no evidence, right?
Yeah.
Right.
In this particularly compelling segment of the podcast, we delve into the perennial dialogue concerning the existence of God or the conception of heaven. You'll notice an intriguing moment where both speakers share a moment of levity over Ray Kurzweil's skepticism towards the divine, grounded in the absence of empirical evidence. This interplay between science and religion is not a new phenomenon indeed. It's a debate that stretches back over millennia. It raises the profound question: what constitutes reality? And does our growing comprehension of science diminish the presence or the necessity of God in our understanding of the universe? It's a dialectic that in many ways mirrors the tension between order and chaos, the known and the unknown, that which we can measure and that which we must merely believe.
But is it there's no evidence because we're not capable of determining it yet and understanding it, or is it just because it doesn't exist? That's the real question. It's like, is this it? Is this everything, or is this merely a stage? And are we monkeying with that stage by interfering with the process of life and death?
Well, it makes sense.
Yeah.
But I don't really see the evidence for that.
I could see from your perspective. I don't see the evidence of it either, but it's a concept. The entire existence of everything in the universe seems preposterous, but it's all real. And we only have a limited grasp of understanding of what this is really all about and what processes are really in place.
Right, but if you look at people's perspective, if somebody gets a disease and it's kind of known they could only live like another 6 months, people are not happy with that.
No. Well, they're scared. They're scared to die. It's a natural human instinct. It's what keeps us alive for all these hundreds of millions of years.
Yes, but very few people would be happy with that. And if you then had something, gee, we have this new device, you could take this and you won't die,
Right.
almost everybody would do that.
There are moments, aren't there, when we all find ourselves grappling with malaise? Imagine, just for a moment, that we were in possession of an exhaustive compendium of remedies designed to ameliorate our condition. The question then beckons, would you avail yourself of it? And what if we extend that proposition further into the realm of battling terminal diseases? If all the knowledge required to confront such formidable adversaries was at our fingertips, would we dare to employ it? It's no secret that countless individuals have expended vast fortunes on medical treatments. The inquiry that arises, then, is whether the behemoths of the pharmaceutical industry would witness a decline in their profits if the general populace unearthed methods to enhance their health and stave off disease. We inhabit an era distinguished by unprecedented access to information. This digital epoch has democratized knowledge to an extent where the average individual, equipped with tools such as ChatGPT, can craft legal documents, unearth pertinent case law, and mount a defense against unjust prosecutions. It's a remarkable testament to the power of information, but it also challenges us to question the structures of power and profit that govern our world.
Sure, but would they appreciate life if they knew it had no end? Would it be the same thing? Or would it be like a lottery winner, just goes nuts and spends all their money and loses their marbles because they can't believe they can't die?
First of all, it's not guaranteed to live forever.
Sure, you can get in an accident. Something can happen to you. You get injured. But if we get to a point where you have automated cars that significantly reduce the amount of automobile accidents.
Well, also, we can back up everything in our physical body as well as...
How far away are we from that? That idea of... we don't really truly understand what consciousness is, correct?
Right.
So how would we be able to manipulate it or duplicate it to the point where you're putting it inside of some kind of a computation device?
Well, we know to be able to create computation that matches what our brain does. And that's what we're doing with these large language models.
Right.
And we're actually very close now to what our brain can do with these large language models, and we'll be there like within a year. And we can back up the electronic version, and we'll get to the point where we can back up what our brain normally does. So we'll be able to actually back that up as well. We'll be able to detect what it is and back that up as just like our computers.
So we'll create it in the form of an artificial version of everything that it is to be a human being.
Right, exactly.
In terms of emotions, love, excitement.
And that's going to happen over the next 20 years.
In the vast and often bewildering expanse of the digital era, Joe Rogan stands as a beacon of curiosity and intellectual rigor, a testament to the profound impact that genuine, unbridled inquiry can have in our times. The success of his podcast doesn't stem merely from an eclectic array of guests, as a superficial glance might suggest. Rather, it is the product of Rogan's own intellectual curiosity, his readiness to delve into the abyss of tough questions without flinching, that sets him apart. His guests, aware of the arena they step into, engage in discussions that transcend mere conversation, venturing into realms of deep insight. In a particularly enlightening episode with Ray Kurzweil, Rogan navigates the intricate dance between skepticism and wonder, particularly around the topic of artificial intelligence. His questions, neither accusatory nor naive, invite us to ponder the double-edged sword of technological advancement. Kurzweil, with his characteristic optimism, counters concerns with a vision of untapped potential, even as they explore the profound implications of extending human life, the ethical quandaries of digital immortality, and the possibility of an existence beyond death facilitated by technology. Yet, this dialogue is more than an exploration of the future. It's a mirror reflecting our current understanding and fears about the unknown. It raises fundamental questions about the essence of human existence, the nature of consciousness, and the possibility of life beyond the physical realm. The conversation extends an invitation to us, the audience, to engage in this exploration, to contribute our insights and experiences to the collective understanding. This is not merely academic. It is profoundly personal, touching on the very core of what it means to be human in an era of rapid technological change. As we stand on the brink of a future where the boundaries between human and machine, life and death, reality and virtuality become increasingly blurred, Rogan's discourse with Kurzweil serves as a critical reminder of the need for thoughtful reflection and open dialogue. The potential for artificial intelligence to redefine our lives is immense, but so too is the necessity for ethical consideration and humanistic values in guiding this evolution. I encourage you, the viewers, to engage with these ideas, to share your perspectives and experiences in the comment section below. Let this platform be a crucible for thought, a meeting place for minds eager to understand and shape the future. Subscribe, join the conversation, and let us navigate these uncharted waters together, informed by the wisdom of our collective journey. And before we part ways, let's ponder a question that Rogan raised in the wake of his discussion with Kurzweil: the notion of living forever. What are the implications of such a possibility? Does Rogan himself subscribe to this vision of the future, especially after engaging with Kurzweil's perspectives? Let's delve into this inquiry and discover what lies beneath the surface.
But you're going to live forever. I mean, we all know that.
That's not possible.
Come on.
No one's living forever.
Well,
But my goal is just to stay healthy. Just keep it moving.
keep it moving.
Make sure it moves good.
Would you eventually segue from a less strenuous workout? You know what I'm saying? Like when you get older,
Not unless I have to.
like a Tai Chi in a park, nothing like that.
I get to do a Tai Chi in the park. Tai Chi in the park makes you look like you read a lot. You know? You know, you're like really into esoteric things.
True.
You're out there moving slow in the park, doing an ancient kung fu.
The contemplation of immortality, or at the very least prolonging our existence, permeates not just the realms of speculative thought but our daily reflections as well. In this podcast episode, a treasure trove of wisdom was unveiled, demanding our undivided attention. It's rather intriguing to observe that many responses to the original video fixated more on Ray Kurzweil's manner of expression rather than the profound insights he shared. It's worth noting that many intellectuals exhibit a common behavior pattern during interviews: they pause, reflecting deeply before articulating their thoughts. Perhaps it's this very propensity for contemplation that distinguishes them as intellectuals. We sincerely hope you found value in today's discussion, where we delved into the prospects of extending human life. With Joe Rogan's insightful questioning and Ray Kurzweil's visionary innovations, we aim to ignite a spark of optimism about the future. It's a future we believe holds promise, thanks to technological advancements poised to enhance our daily lives significantly. Thank you for tuning in. Until we meet again in the next video, ponder on how technology might not just extend our lives, but enrich them profoundly.